Disco music? I don't know why y'all love dancing that stuff so much. I ain't fond of those laser lights neither. I swear, they're gonna make me go blind in my other eye too. And believe me, I ain't the only one who feels this way.
Alright, let's start the new event main story. Is there a trailer?
Kill her. No. Kill Vertin.
No, I won't.
Obey your master. Kill her. Follow your instincts. Follow my orders. Obey. Kill her now.
Hey. I said no.
What? Arcana may be dead, but they have paved a path for us. The Apostles' Brotherhood will become their followers, undertake their trials, and embrace their grace.
We all need the miracles they bestow. We will be immortal. Fire!
What reason could you have to kill your own men?
They mutinied and killed their superior officer. The Apostles' Brotherhood may have infiltrated our base.
The Apostles' Brotherhood?
A notorious gang from the streets of São Paulo. Our intel suggests Manus Vindicta's presence too.
Sao Paulo. There isn't anything for me there. No dances. No feasts. Nothing.
In this city, Arcanists and humans live side by side. Both are equally passionate, albeit touchy. Violence is far from a means to an end here. It's a tool. And one all too readily used.
Wait!
My apologies. It seems I've killed the wrong people.
Wait, over. Let's see what we can unlock anyway first. Okay, we can get her side cube. Get 2 more wishes. Okay. 1. Unshakable justice. Facing the firing squad, you must hold on to your dignity, even as a traitor.
Mutineers! Traitors! You've made your choices. Now you'll learn the consequences. Zeno never forgives. Attention! Ready! Aim! Fire!
A shame you had to see all that. Our second Lieutenant Lopera is a crackshot. I trained her to be nothing less. Yet no soldier of Zeno would take pride in an execution. The burden falls on me. This was my fault. My negligence.
The soldiers collapsed, their limbs body falling among the weed. Their blood stains the soil.
She hunted down these traitors herself.
Emmy, check the bodies. The rest of you, form up.
The soldiers leave in formation amidst the clearing smoke as the medics arrive to examine the deceased one by one. Lopera's hands the rifle to the attendant, removes her glove, and turns to face Admiral Algor. He stands in a shaded canoe away from the blazing sun of Sao Pablo.
Orders completed, Admiral.
A rare smile flashes across the Admiral's face. I wonder if she is also one of the characters we could get. He nods, a glimmer of approval from his adopted daughter in his eyes.
Well done. Dismissed.
Lopera salutes from before, following the soldiers away from the execution grounds.
There have been too many accidents. An unacceptable rate.
The Admiral's face shows discomfort. The recent soldiers' desertion, like the leaked footage, exposed the embarrassing state of the Xeno army.
What reason could you have to kill your own men?
Not our men. Not any longer. They mutinied and killed their superior officer.
So they got what they deserved then.
Lieutenant Muldir is investigating still. We will find out who else was involved. The Apostles' Brotherhood is back. We suspect they may have even infiltrated our base. We've also received intel indicating Manus Vindicta's presence in São Paulo.
Manus Vindictae? I'm not entirely surprised. Intelligence suggests they are closely associated with the Apostles' Brotherhood. What I hadn't expected is that they would drop their Order of Enlightenment guys so soon. But Arcane is dead.
There is no room for doubt. No one, nothing could survive a vacuum bomb.
It was the Admiral's personal order to annihilate the once formidable woman. Destruction rained from the sky, and once dust settled, it was clear that she has been utterly obliterated. The sun glistened and the pooling blood of the executed traitors. Sweat gathers on her forehead.
You will become used to the tropical sun in São Paulo.
The early summer heat here is overwhelming.
I've been through a lot worse. Snowy mountains, deserts, and soaring eagles.
I do find myself thinking back to those times. It should never have been a battleground. Our business here is concluded. Timekeeper, Lieutenant Lilia, let us continue inside.
Do you really need me in there, Capitan? Otherwise, I'd like to hang out here for a bit.
She gulps down some sweet liquor, but it provides little succor. It lacks the frosty flavor of the north. This drink is lethargic, but it's all the base has to offer. In Sablo, soda is cheap, but rum is cheaper, and it's near endless supply.
I'll check on Sotheby. See you both later. Пока.
Dismissed, soldier. But I caution you. Much has been abandoned here. Remember our rules, and keep to within the guarded areas.
A simple office. Military papers litter the wall and shelves, and the phone sits on the side table. A few dice are scattered casually on the desk.
There may be a person of interest to us nearby. A writer for their 2 magazine. said to be a blind woman named Urt. Her works seem to be published after every era the storm has affected. It could be this is only an alias. A pen name used by a new person each time. Or
could she really have crossed the storm 8 times? And somehow the storm has never affected her. Miss Barbara provided us with some information. She said the latest piece was sent from a veteran's residence in Sao Paulo.
I understand they have a doctor working there. A blind woman. If so, she would match our intelligence on this mysterious tattoo writer. You should seek her out. You are fortunate to have come now, Timekeeper. Carlos, the late commander here, was something of a pain to work with. An idiot. Maybe this is why his own men rose up and killed him.
He turns away.
We've already dispensed with most of them.
Those men you just had executed.
Yes. La Pera raided one of their locations. Manus Vindicti will not be so happy to hear that, I think. She was, I'm told, excessive in her work, a loose cannon. But I'm pleased with her results.
He seems to hold Lepera in high regards. Cold, ruthless, decisive. Qualities that don't quite match her sweet face and furry orange hair.
Admiral, with you in charge here now, I thought I might ask a favor.
She needs to familiarize herself with the local area, transportation, and intelligence.
Things may become quite complicated during our visit to Sao Paulo. I wonder if I might request Zeno spare some manpower to assist us.
Our situation is more dire than expected. I will see what can be done, Timekeeper, but no promises.
The 17th tower and 22 courtyard of the base was once all fully patrolled, but now most of them are abandoned.
Lieutenant Muldir will provision you with everything you need. And Lopera, she knows São Paulo well. You may take her with you as a guide.
The Admiral has offered all the assistance he can spare. He cites the state of the base.
Now, Timekeeper, there is also something you might do for me.
He seems resigned. Zeno is just like the Pepper base, a weakened shadow of its former self.
As long as it's within my power, Admiral.
I see that you have one of ours with you, Lieutenant Lilia. I ask that she serve us for the duration of your mission here. She's a fine instructor, and Xena is in need of help training our latest recruits.
I'll speak with her and see what she thinks.
Thank you. I should return to my work. Your comrades should be waiting for you in the meeting room with Lieutenant Muldir.
To be continued. Path of the Pass. Wait, Path of the Pass. View in the Pearl's path. You collected the Pearl fragment. Go see in the Path of the Pass. We only unlocked one, and she has. Wait, so there's 3 things in here? The Pearl's Path. Drag the fragment to the top of the panel. Wait, what do we drag? Like this? I never thought it was a disgrace. On the contrary, it was the most honorable task Zeno ever gave me. Every fallen bullet casting symbolizes the soldier's permanent rejection of their duty, honor, and the loyalty they should have upheld. Okay. So what is the garage thing? Oh. And what are the tickets? So 20. So I'm not sure how much extra is gonna be for that. So I know the last combat one is gonna be 21. Right? Let's see anything here. Nope. Two, a new photo of an old friend. In the reflection of the pooling rainwater, she sees an old friend. Under the shadow of the colony, the orange-haired girl absentmindedly kicks on the ground, sipping a cold drink. She watches as the beetle scurries across the country yard, disappearing to a patch of weed.
What are you doing out here alone?
She dips under the shadow of the column, the sun steaming in behind her. The orange-headed girl raised her hand to block the glaring sunlight as she tried to make out the woman's face.
Hmm? Molly!
And this is sister Molly. They grew up together under the watchful eye of the adoptive father. She tosses her drink aside, her face lighting up like a puppy wagging its tail as she runs towards her sister.
That is, soldier. You've really been building some strength, haven't you?
Let's see, print screen, or... Oh, okay, let's see, okay. She pats her sister's head as she hugs her tightly.
And you are sprouting up like a weed.
Yeah. And not only one, I got 2 win songs. It was lucky. I got Windsong, then I got the banner character, and then I got Windsong again, and then the other roles I didn't get anything. I'm trying to get the Admiral guy. The Admiral guy's only a 5-star, but yeah, I didn't get him yet.
And you? Looks like they've been feeding you well.
Yeah, I know. That's where I rolled. Returning the favor, she slips her hand under her sister's skirt and pinches her soft belly.
Pera!
What is Regulosi Paris our nickname is for instead of Lopera?
Stop it!
Just a little prank.
How long will you be staying this time?
Not long. Father plans to leave soon. He was furious when he heard about the defections. He ordered that he be brought here immediately.
As the Admiral's most trusted lieutenant and child, he has accompanied him to the San Pablo base.
Perhaps you might leave with us when the new CEO arrives.
She seems hesitant. Only the Admiral decides who stays and who goes, whether it be her, Lepera, or anyone else.
Really? But I don't know. Things are going well for me here, Molly. I enjoy being near the veterans' residence.
And I'm happy for you. The wisdom of elders is worth its weight in gold.
Oh, come on. You sound just like him.
Speaking of him, didn't the old man come with you?
She looks around, but Admiral Igor is nowhere to be seen.
He's still with the timekeeper in his office.
Ah, so you snuck out just to see me?
Did you really? You did!
No. I came to, weep. The grounds have gotten so messy since the shutdown.
Weeding, a ridiculous excuse. Who will bother to traverse through all these desiccated corridors just to pull a few plants?
You're lying.
I wonder if she's gonna be a playable character.
Those ears of yours are scarlet red.
This has always been one of her difficulties. Her face may be steely, but her glowing red ears always gives away the truth.
Alright, no more joking. We should get to the meeting room. Our Foundation guests are waiting. I would like to get back before they realize I've slipped away.
All right, but while we go, let me tell you about the prisoner we captured during our raid. And a strange little sheep in a bottle.
Amidst the grass, a hummingbird watches the two as they walk away, talking and laughing together, and turns its gaze towards the tower of the south of the base. The room is simple, sturdy, and clean. A military room, thorough and thorough. Sutterby and Lydia are idly looking around the reception room. Photographs of veterans are proudly hung on the wall. They arranged in chronological order.
1968.
The soldiers look grim. They avert their eyes from the camera, a hollow look from within them. It was a victory without flowers or honor.
Izmir. I've never heard of it. I wonder if they have any Abang Akas there.
In one photograph, soldiers stand in formation under a row of deep palms. They gaze off to the glimmering coastline.
1986. Rio de Janeiro. Rio. Hold on. Is that...
Rio de Janeiro. Among the soldiers, she spots a face that is all too familiar. Why are you hanging up your fishing rod? Thank you for cleaning up all the junk in the pond.
Mr. Carson?
She jumps up, trying to get a hold of the wooden frame. Mr. Carson disappeared in a storm in 1929.
Oh, you have friends in Rio?
Lilia takes the photo off the wall.
I can't believe it. That simply must be Mr. Carson.
She will never mistake him. He looks livelier than before. His hair is darker and wilder, but his features are mystically those of her dear butler.
The storm. I saw him. He dissolved.
Mr. Carson? What? You mean this old geezer in the photo? What are you talking about?
Sutterby nods her head furry.
Why, this must be Mr. Carson. There's no two men in the world that could look so alike. Could it be a doppelganger? Or an evil twin? But then, surely, Mr. Carson would have mentioned a twin brother. Even an evil one. Nose. And his eyes. Though he's not wearing his glasses. But I know those wrinkles.
Sutterby continues to talk to herself. The man in the photo looks like Mr. Carson, save for the smile on his face. The stern old butler will never smile like that.
I have to look closer. I must be mistaken.
There's no
He's so very
faces.
like the Carson I remember.
Like a potion in a bottle, 1,001 question bubbles up in her mind. She almost presses her nose against the dusty glass of the picture frame as she tries to make out every detail.
Maybe then, Mr. Carson could still be...
The dust has gone into her nose.
Phew!
Admiral Agora strides into the room.
Where is Lieutenant Muldir?
He looks around. Mulder is supposed to be welcoming her new guests.
Sir, timekeeper.
Lilia immediately straightens up, saluting the Admiral.
Miss Burton, come and look.
Sutterby waves at her. The photograph clutches in her hand.
Mr. Carson could still be alive.
Huh?
Still alive? The Mr. Carson who vanished before their eyes in the storm of 1929?
I guess Sotheby saw someone familiar in one of these veterans' photos. You know this Carson guy?
Look, look!
How could it be? Mr. Carson was erased by the storm of 1929.
He does bear a striking resemblance to Mr. Carson, if my memory serves me right.
Yet, here he is, in the photo dated 1986. The Admiral strides over and examines the photo.
Oh, 86. We lost many good soldiers to the Amazon that year. But some battled through, survived. This man is one of the latter. You're saying that you've met this man before?
He looks remarkably similar to a friend of ours who we lost in the storm in 1929. In fact, Admiral, they appear to be nearly identical. It's almost unthinkable.
I must say, Mr. Carson would never dress like that. But I'm certain this is him.
Just looking at him brings back memories of the dear old butler.
That is fascinating.
Do you know if this man is still alive?
I couldn't say. Doubtful he would be in our service anymore. But you may find him at the veterans' residence in São Paulo.
São Paulo, a veteran residence. Like items washed onto the shore. Secrets and answers gathered there, waiting for the birds to carry them away.
Oi, pessoal!
Thank you for your patience.
The two of them are met with a cold look from the Admiral. Is she in trouble?
Sir.
To be continued. Minotaur 3. Let's see. Do we have anything? No stars. Oh, we got a star. So let's say. A joyful goodbye letter. A solid paperweight. I'm venturing out. Greetings. By the way you read this letter, I will already be on an auto island far out to sea. Oh, please, don't misunderstand. I adore your company, especially the hallway walking parties at 3 a.m. Though I do love all parties, walking parties are a particular treat. Well, fortunately, the ladies' code of conduct dictates that I should be sound asleep by 9 p.m. What a pity. Also, please tell Mr. Mawson not to worry. I'm not venturing alone. Miss Verton is also going on a trip to the legendary El Dorado. The city of gold, magic, gold, and even bouncing coffee beans. I can't wait to talk to the locals about potential invigorating potion recipes. Speaking of invigorating potions, now everyone can become a brewing master. All it takes is a cup of coffee, and before drinking, add 3 grams of gold, and voila! You got an invigorating potion. I already prepared the ingredients. The gold is on the table, and thanks to the automatic coffee drips beast in the lounge, we saved the hardest part, making coffee. And do I look forward to the special gift I soon bring back. Sincerely, Sutterby. Okay, let's see. Alright. 3, the Minotaur.
Lieutenant Mulder, about time. What was it? Did you stop for a picnic?
A scary comment. Mulder was supposed to be taking care of Miss Sutterby. It seems she has abandoned her duties.
Admiral,
Save your excuses.
Yes, sir.
It was my fault, Admiral. I ran into her on our way here. It's been a while since we last saw each other.
As her father glares at her, she quickly realized that her attempt to cover for her sister is only making things worse.
Your performance on the training ground earlier was most impressive, Miss Lepera.
She breaks the awkward silence.
Allow me to introduce my team. This is Miss Sutherby.
Sutterby smiles and curtsies.
And this is Lieutenant Lilia.
She gives a brief salute.
How's it going? I was previously assigned to HQ.
It seems your assignment here has done little for your discipline, Lopera.
The Admiral stands with his hands behind his back. He examines his undisciplined daughter, a grim look on his face.
You have new orders. I'm assigning you to accompany the Timekeeper and her team to Sao Paulo for the duration of their mission.
Lopera nods, but Lilia still has a question.
Me and Lepera? That's a whole lot of firepower. What are we expecting during this mission?
Oh, sorry, Lilia. I haven't had the chance to speak with you privately. The Admiral asked if you could stay on site to help with training their new recruits. What do you think? You can do as you wish.
Training up some new blood, eh? Well, as long as you think you can handle things without me, I can stick around to lend a hand. It will be just like the good old days back at the Academy.
She knows that this isn't a request but an order.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
He nods and smiles in thanks. His smile fades as he turns to his youngest daughter.
As for you, Lopera, please show our guests to their rooms. And try not to overexert yourself.
I was wondering if he's like a strict dad. Orders have been given to everyone present.
Lieutenant Lilia, stay for a moment. Lieutenant Mulder will bring some documents shortly. They should prove useful for your assignment.
Mulder briefly out of the Admiral's sight, struts helplessly as her order starts to pile up. Lilia gives her a knowing smile. It's always like this. It's just part of the job.
Now, I have other business to attend to. If you'll excuse me.
He turns and leaves. His posing figure soon disappears from sight. Lopera exhales a long breath, snaps her fingers, and smiles as she heads towards the door. She turns to her guest.
Come on, let's go. I'll show you around. But stay close. This space can be a bit of a labyrinth. It's only missing a bloodthirsty minotaur lurking its halls. Well, I haven't seen him yet anyways. The base here has been understaffed for some time. Whole sections are deserted. It can be dangerous. We don't usually allow guests to move about freely. Well, who am I kidding? We don't have any guests in the first place. Who'd come here for a visit? Scenic views of dead gardens and overgrown brush. In the spring, we have vine-tripping competitions. And in the summer, you can be part of our complimentary bug buffet. Even the farmers back home had it better than these.
She leads the way, chewing on a piece of wood-tail grass.
Before Zeno moved in, this was the fort of some Lisbon aristocrat.
The shadows of the old continent are everywhere here. The ghosts of the 18th century still clinging to make every mark of the marble columns.
There's only one place fully off limits here. That tower.
She points to the tower in the distance. Styled by another architect, it stands unnoticed under the scorching sun, looming over the base with an eerie intensity.
What's in there?
It must be the Minotaur's lair. Or a secret lab for super soldiers.
Centerpiece's imagination is running wild again.
Imbued with the strength of an ox, the wits of a man, and the wings and fiery breath of a dragon.
Senora, this is a Xeno base, not some chimera's nest. Besides, if there were any monsters in there, I would have heard them by now.
Were those the Admiral's exact words? That nobody is allowed inside the tower?
Yeah, that was what he said. Under no circumstances is anyone to be allowed inside.
And a quick peek around wouldn't exactly violate the letter of that order.
Miss Vertin, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Is there treasure inside the tower?
Let me say this again. There are no monsters in that tower. And I am under orders to escort you directly to your rooms.
She plays. Clearly, curiosity isn't only in the heart of these two guests.
But if we were to say walk a bit too close and accidentally provoke some nearby creatures...
Magician critters often wander in the courtyard, and these ones have appeared just in time.
Oh, how terrible! It seems trouble has found us.
Let's kill time together.
Oh, the soundtrack's pretty nice.
It's newly made this year.
Charging. Loading.
There they are.
Faraday's miracle. Aim and shoot.
What's wrong?
Damage. Charging.
Another jar?
barrage.
Victory secure. I should excuse myself.
They gave me quite a start. Thankfully, they were easy to handle.
We can't let them run off. Who knows what damage they could do?
The pair chases after the fleeing critters, who just happen to be heading to the direction of the tower. It is nothing more than a coincidence. The half-hour-long game of tag finally comes to an end.
Now where could they have gone?
She's searching for the colorful critters. A serious look on her face, and her concentration, she bumps into a wooden door flanked by lemon trees.
It may well be possible they fled into the tower.
The door stands at the base of the tower.
Is this the entrance?
Timekeeper!
Clearly, this door is not supposed to be opened.
Mi viejo, the Admiral. He won't be happy with this.
The signs of a tent flazing. Just a touch, and it swung open, revealing all the mysteries within.
But why? Is there something hidden inside?
Claw marks lines the wall, and blood stains the door. Rabbit blood, bull blood, unblessed lamb blood. The wind stirs the wet lemon trees, filling the air with faint light of
There's
bay.
an arcane array on the door. Is it to stop us from entering? Or to keep what's inside from coming out?
The arcane array looks ancient. It has weakened with time. She traces the marking with her fingertip. The blood fades off, breaking a small gap in the array.
I have no idea. We're soldiers. We follow orders, no questions. As mi viejo would say. With all the flooding we've had, they probably shoved everything they wanted to keep safe and dry in there.
Lopera,
Water rushes from behind, putting an end to their little accidental adventure.
you get lost on your way to the guest room, Spera. You know better than to be here. Your ship will be leaving early tomorrow morning. Please return to your rooms and get some rest. This is a military base, not an amusement park. Please, do not wander about, especially near restricted areas.
My apologies, Lieutenant. Perhaps you could point us in the right direction.
She steals one more look at the tower as they leave. The fruits on the lemon tree are plump and juicy. The old beast blood array appears dark in the sunlight. The wooden door creaks open a little, allowing an insect to fly in through the gap.
The seal. It's gone.
Inside the tower, the sole prisoner has quietly listened to their conversation. Their ship leaving tomorrow morning. As her footsteps trails off, she gently pushes the door. The seal is indeed gone. She's free. To be continued. So 4, Riptide. Then, your life is handed over to the river, and you are forced to struggle against the current. A journey always starts with a farewell.
Here, put this on, Pera. It will allow me to track you should anything happen.
She fashions the small button to her sister's collar. The button connects to the two of them tightly. With this, they'll always be able to find each other, no matter where they are. They kiss on both cheeks.
You'll remember to bring father a souvenir this time, yes? And promise me you will be careful. I do not wish for our parrot to buy the farm just yet.
Don't worry about me, Molly. Worry about them. I'll kill them all if I have to. Every last one.
She works for to emphasize the totality of her determination.
All right. Enough blabbering. Do you two always share this little heart-to-hearts whenever you leave? I got nothing to say except bye. Or is the tortoise suddenly not so worried about its speed?
Sotheby, do we have everything?
Naturally. Sotheby is always ready to travel.
The ship is boarding now. After it departs, I will spend some time gathering intel on Mr. Duncan.
Thank you.
We should be able to find him in the flesh once we get to town. Duncan and I go way back. And I'll introduce you to another friend. She lives in a bottle.
I'd be delighted to meet your friends. We should be going now. Lilia, I've told Admiral Eagle that he can rely on you for further assistance as necessary. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, I'll do whatever needs doing. Счастливого пути!
Having seen her guests, having seen off the guests, Lieutenant Mudar returns to the Admiral office to report the incident from the previous night.
Admiral, a prisoner has gone missing from the tower.
She lowers her head as she awkwardly delivers the report.
We'll make sure it's kept under wraps. The seal was broken, and we are still investigating who might have been involved. I did encounter the timekeeper, Miss Sotheby and Lopera, near the tower yesterday. Still, I see no reason to suspect them.
They were the only people she saw near the tower yesterday.
The timekeeper doesn't have any incentive, and Lopera... No, she wouldn't be involved.
Until last night, the tower held a single unlucky prisoner, a lamb of slaughter, a stalk of wheat in autumn, and now she has gone away.
Find the prisoner, but don't attempt her capture. Let's see who she's been in touch with.
Understood.
Lieutenant, this was a failure that must not be repeated.
She grits his teeth as he stares at the map before him. Gino shouldn't be like this. The ship departs, and before long, a dozen rowboats has surrounded it.
Oh, look at those strange cowboys. What are they doing with those hooks? Are they trying to hitch a ride?
Yes, they will use those hooks to grab onto the side of the ship and moor their boats to ours.
Just as he said, the boat throws their hook, latches onto the ship, and a number of people clambers aboard. They are traders hawking homemade trinkets. The pair politely declines them all.
Take this, timekeeper.
What do we get? A
What's
map?
this? Just a map, in case we get separated.
The map is marked with at least 3 safe zones.
These will show you the way from the harbor to the veterans' residence. Though, it can't show you the safest way. For that, you'll need me. But what am I saying? San Paulo is perfectly safe. That's what the politicians say anyways. Never mind the talk of gangs, cartels, and greedy multinational corporations. Pure slander.
Thank you for the warning and the map. Let's hope I won't find any occasion to use it.
I hope so too. Well, we have a long cruise ahead. I'll leave you to your business. At the mice.
She waves goodbye, making her way through the energetic traders into the other side of the deck. The traders scampered around them like little mice. Having made their sale, they now scramble to get plates of food from the chef.
So the kitchen even prepares food for them.
No line cutting. You boy, back to your place. You up, or there will be no dinner for you tonight.
The chef taps his metal spoon, sending the boy back to his place in the queue. The boy stinkily grabs a few flatbread, tucks them under his shirt, and scurries away. He bumps into Sutterby, crashing to the floor along with his stolen goods.
Hey, out of my way!
He stuffs the bread under his shirt again before running off. As he passes Sutterby, notices a glint of his arcane skill in his eyes. He runs like a child enchanted by the rad of anger as he bolts towards the corner of the cabinet.
Miss Verton, did you notice that boy? Wasn't he awfully strange?
You're right. Come on, let's go see what he's up to.
The woman hides in the shadows. Her face is familiar, but she wears an entirely new outfit. Is it really her, the lady at Tuesday's motel?
It's you.
The bread-stealing child is gone. Instead, Miss Kimberly is curled up in the corner, stuffing bread into her mouth with both hands. She stops and looks surprised.
Oh, Burton! How? What are you doing here?
I was about to ask you the very same question.
The farewell at Tuesday's motel last month wasn't exactly pleasant, but she looks starved now.
Is this a new friend, Burton? A pleasure to meet you.
Sutterby approaches, but Kimberly looks terrified. She freezes, a sticky lump of gold dropping from the corner of her mouth.
Please, take this.
She offers her a chocolate bar. After a moment's hesitation, Kimberly swallows, grabs the bar, shoves it into her mouth.
Oh, thank you.
She licks her fingers clean like a ravaging child.
Have you found what you lost since we last met?
Her face falls. It appears not.
Perhaps I could help.
Thank you, but I would prefer to do this on my own. I was the one who lost it, and I will be the one to get it back.
Hey Kuha, how's everything? Have you done the story yet? I didn't do anything yesterday, so everything is. I just started the 2.2 update today. I'm willing to cooperate, but not hostility. The strange and contradictory figure, an arcanist who has seemed to be on the
This
verge.
ship is headed to Sao Paulo. Is that where you're heading as well? Would you like to accompany us?
Sao Paulo? I don't...
It's the ship's only destination. Where else can she go?
There isn't anything for me there. Only a bit of misery and pain. There's no more dancing, no feasts or banquets, no...
I like it so far. We even got lucky on the, well, did you roll for any of the invited guests? Or do any banner polls? Because we got, for the invited guests, we got Eternity. Then when I tried to roll for the new banner character on Nula or something, I got Windsong, and for the 310 posts I did, I got Windsong. Then I got her, Miss Kimberly. Then the next one I got Windsong again. Then the next 2 polls I got nothing. I was trying to get the 5-star character too. Her eyes darts away. There's nothing there.
No. I would rather we simply part ways here, Miss Virgin. Farewell and pleasant journeys. I'm indebted to you for your kindness. Ah, and your friend here. Aren't you just a sweetheart? Oh, I could just gobble you up for tea.
Oh, nice. She reached out and pinched Sutterby's cheek.
Oh, madam, please, you... This simply isn't proper or ladylike.
Kimberly smiles as if she has shed a baggage of a previous encounter and disappears into the crowd. There's an old legend told in the Desert Peninsula. Encountering a demon is always a sign of bad things to come. Wait, so you got the new 5-star? So you got 2 of the you got 2 of Duncan or something? I'm thinking we should do this at the... Yeah, I was trying to get him, but I didn't get no luck. Because if we go back, yeah, these are the ones we got was Eternity. Then we got one. Then the next row got this. Then her. Then this again. So total of that was a total of 30 polls. Then I didn't get anything on the next 20 polls. But no 5-star yet. Let me see. Yeah, we don't have enough anyway. Yeah, I'm like, I'll stick with Miss Kimberly. That's something I will remember. And Jonala. What's this? Yeah, I only get lucky when Millie's not here. 5. Waterway to hell. The river is both home and life. The river gives, the river takes. Because I think like after stream I'm gonna try to level them up. I know I'm missing a lot of gold and whatever it's called to get them to max level and insight. The wind blows through Lepera's hair. The tourist gathers at the ship's edge, watching the locals in small boats approaching the cruise ship.
A few treats to buy their worship, and they call it kindness. How undignified, to be reduced to begging for scraps like a dog.
The children on the boat wave their hands and shout in an attempt to attract the tourists' attention. The crew and onboard priests have packed supplies for the tourists to buy and throw to impotent children, all the part of the tour experience.
Dignity doesn't count for much in the face of hunger.
The stranger nods, though he doesn't seem to completely agree.
Yet no man can live by bread alone.
And yet none can live without it.
You're a clever girl, Senora. But I hear from your accent you are no local. So what brings you to San Paulo? Business, ne? I have some business myself in the favelas.
Colombia, senor. And no, only a visit. To the San Paulo Veterans Residence. It's a safe place. If you find yourself in trouble, you should seek it out.
Oh, is it now? Thank you. You're very kind to offer.
Lopera idly tosses a small die up to the air and catches it in her hands again. The stranger's eyes follow the die as it traces its path.
Care for a game of dice, señorita?
What's the bet?
He glances at the black suitcase at the stranger's feet.
Well, let us bet against the goodness in one another. Let us say that the loser will cover the cost of all the food given to all the little vendedores today. In the winner's name, of course.
A generous gamble for a conscience that knocks on heaven's door.
That's no small wager, senor. Still, I appreciate the good game.
The stranger smiles as he watches the parrot drops the dice on the table and shakes it in the wooden cup.
High-low then. Who goes first?
Ladies first.
Low.
Let's make it more interesting. 6. If it rolls anything else, you win.
She shakes the dice again. Wait, cups again, and dice evidently tumbles from.
Do you mind? I lost, just as was meant to be. So then, I am to be the vehicle of grace today. Might I have your name, Senora? So that all may know the name which is to be sung in paradise today.
Carlota Lopez Rivera. But it is Lopera, should you ask after me.
Lopera of San Pablo. The defeated stranger picks up the die. He notices something in the design and cracks a smile. He places it in Lopera's hands.
That's an interesting die you have there.
It was only luck.
What's going on?
Do as I say, all of you!
Look, Vertin. There are some more river cowboys over there.
Was it
I'm
pirates?
afraid they seem more like river pirates. Stay back, Sotheby. What do you want?
Where's the captain? We're changing destinations. The ship will be docking in the favela now. Or we'll blow it all to bits.
He flicks a lighter and lights the fuse of an explosion. He panicked. Clearly he's afraid of something.
Get out of the way!
Lopera has already drawn her guns. The crowd is panicking. She can't get a clear shot.
Hold your fire, Lopera. There are oil drums on board.
Lopera notices the oil drums stacked behind the crowd. A single mistake could turn the whole ship into tomorrow's headline in tabloid paper.
Ugh, slimy rats.
She holsters her guns and charges forward with her bare fists.
Let's kill time together.
Let's see, 3.
Another jar?
What's this?
Sterilized.
It's newly made this year.
Loading. Get out of here.
Gotcha.
Target confirmed.
ready.
There they are.
Aim and shoot. Faraday's miracle.
Yeah. Wait, are you talking about the music or?
Wear gloves.
Charging.
Sterilize. Get out of here.
Yep.
Eliminate target.
Get out of here.
Do you know if it's gonna be in the playlist on the tape recorder thing or no?
I remember it's called Lending a Hand.
The pair grapples with the dog before wrestling him to the ground and punching him repeatedly in the nose. Yeah, no. But like for me, I'm let's see. Yeah, because I remember Withering Waves. I know Honkai Star Rail. And this one, I haven't played Genshin or Zone Zero recently, so I'm not sure about those. She tears the explosive off the pirate's body, but in a brief moment, the dog managed to pull one of her guns from her holster.
Lepera!
The fight halts, the dog trembling hand pointing the gun at Lepera. The oil drums just a few steps away.
Either we go to the favela or to the bottom of the river. Claro? Make your call.
The favela? Are you with the Apostles' Brotherhood?
Huh?
They forced you into doing this, didn't they? Hijack the ship and bring it to us. Is that right? Too bad for you. This ship won't be making any unplanned detours today.
The pirate's eye widened as he freezes in place, only his leg trembling. Lepera hits the mark, but the dog's reaction extreme. His fingers tightened on the trigger as his teeth chattered nervously. Oh. Thanks for the hydrate.
Estúpidos! Get down!
Did they shoot the oil barrel? The bullet flies past her shoulder, instead piercing the oil drum behind her.
Blazebusters?
A blinding flash of light and a wave of heat hits them as the ship is quickly engulfed in flames. The ship lurches violently as the blast tears through the vessel, and water starts flooding into the hull.
Oh my god!
Lifeboats! Get to the lifeboats now!
God help us! This is hell!
The panic breaks out as the ship starts to split in half. More explosions follow. There's no sign of Miss Kimberly in the crowd.
Hold the railings! Stay on the deck!
The pair shouts from the water as she clings to a piece of floating wood. She grasps for air as she bobs up and down in the water. Chairs, benches, sailing gear disappears as the ship sinks further and further into the depths of the river. Suddenly clutches the guardrail tightly, but the ship is almost vertical and sinking fast.
Let go, Sotheby! You need to jump now! Join Lepera!
Screams fill the air as the tourist clings for dear life, watching their friends and families hurtle towards the river. Like overripe oranges, one by one, release their grip and plunges into the depth.
Martin!
Flames lick the guardrail, melting the ship's cheap material. The explosion rings in the air. Suddenly closes her eyes and flings herself towards Lepera. Luckily for her, Lepera quickly grabs her hand and pulls her into the wooden plank. She is still on the ship. With one final explosion, the ship is obliterated. The river swallows everything. The sunlight ripples on the surface, glowing further and further away. Whose hand is that?
Can't have you dying here. Why do we keep meeting in these awkward situations? Consider my debt paid.
To be continued. Some people end up in prison simply because of the wrong friends. Unfortunately for her, she didn't have much of a choice in the matter. Special Incarnation Record. Prisoner's name, Miss Kimberly. Detention progress. During the raid of the Apostle, by her drunkard, the subject was found alone, gnawing on the turkey's leg, and was apprehended by Lieutenant Lapero's team. After interrogation, it was confined that the subject was indeed a follower of Mantis Vindictus, but she knew even less than the despicable follower, did not participate in local rebellion, and did not involve in General Carlos's assassination. Therefore, unlike other deserters, she will not be executed but held in custody awaiting Admiral Agur's decision. Just leave her be for now.
So, things went sideways. That's what happens when you put guns in the hands of amateurs. But you handled the water better this time. You controlled your breathing, kept your airways clear, and this time, you remembered to lie back and float.
Who are you?
Does it matter? I'm all you've got. We're at war. Bullets flying, wounds
Yeah,
festering,
I love the
typhoid,
negation when they do that.
Cholera, and all the worst of it. It's a living hell, and only fools think there's any honor in it. You never expect to see a familiar face again. Not in times like these. Now I need you to listen. There's something you should know.
What things?
The raid on the river was a ploy, and its mastermind is an old acquaintance. As for the ones who carried it out, you already heard about them this morning.
The Apostle Brotherhood.
They promised their followers they'd push south, and they did. With their supplies secured by a mysterious third party, they paraded through every town along the way, playing as liberators, and taking out anyone they decided were their enemies. They swelled in numbers, larger than any local gang or cult had ever gotten before. Now they swarm across the land like a school of red-bellied piranhas, always hungry, ready to tear apart anything that crosses their path. Chances are they're doing fine, just like you. Would have been nice if you caught what that little executioner and that gold-hearted gambler were talking about during their dice game. Guess you'll have to ask her later.
Why don't you tell me instead?
Listen, I'm not here to run your errands or play your messenger boy, so ask nicely. There's nothing more I need to tell you, for now.
Tender Pretender. While the stage showed the traitor in the script, it never truly reveals the person behind the role.
Brotherhood just took a beating from Zeno. If they're caught up with their own trouble, then we might have a golden opportunity to turn the people against them. We can't lose anyone else to their lies.
Old man next to him casts a fishing line. The bobbing floats quietly on the river's surface. Across the river is water and the cat eyes the two men beneath the shadow of the
What do you say?
wood tree.
Want to talk about plans?
The old man doesn't speak. Instead, he removes his sunglasses and pushes a cup towards his friends.
Here, drink up.
Thanks. Listen, as much as I enjoy being out here all day, we've got to take action now. The sooner the better. Don't you think?
The young man takes the glass and downs it in one gulp, as his friend suggested.
Hold your horses, young Eleno. Let me explain. Say I throw a punch at you now. Really hit you good. What next? Maybe you'll storm off at first. Then you round up your cousins. Maybe grab that Tommy gun you borrowed from Colonel Tiago. Then you'll find me, all alone, and say, "You're done, you old fart!"
The old man laughs, making shooting sounds with his hands.
I'm not gonna harm you, kid. And if ever I do, remember that old Duncan must have his reasons, and he'd never harm a friend intentionally.
What is all that supposed to mean?
I'm rambling. I mean, true enough that Lopera hit them hard, and we both know that the Brotherhood will aim to settle that score. And they won't wait long. But if we don't play this smart, it'll only cause them to lash out more. Still, we do have to consider one thing. Those who chose to follow them never come back.
No. They don't.
So, let's seize the day. Grab opportunity by the horns, and maybe we stop losing more of our friends to those bastards. Right now, seems to me that Zeno is our best bet.
The young man considers this proposal.
That just might work, old man. With the Brotherhood falling apart, Zeno will start to look pretty good to folks here.
Ah, but not so fast, kid. We need a little patience. Let the line out a little first. If you fail to prepare, you're prepared to fail.
The bobber twitches.
Got it! Excellent!
The old man jumps to his feet, reeling his fishing rod and fighting the unseen enemy in the water.
Don't think you can get away from me!
The fishing line plunges down into the river, the rod bending into a crescent.
Huh. You like to wrestle, huh? Alright, let's see who gets the upper hand. Old Duncan is not about to lose a battle to... a fish!
It's a giant puff fish, larger than any he's seen before.
Osa! Do you see the size of its belly? It's huge!
What looks like a large green cake is floating inside the translucent belly.
What a deal! Catch one, get one free. How generous, Mother River. All right, jokes aside, Galeno. Come on, help me get her out.
Old Duncan pulls out a knife and slices open the fish's belly. His catch bursts like a balloon, releasing air, water, and a girl.
This has got to be the strangest thing you've ever fished out from the river.
But who do we catch? Another castaway floats downstream.
Duncan! Duncan!
Across the river, the water anaconda locks onto his target, slipping into the water and swimming towards her.
Duncan, look! She's got an anaconda chasing after her!
The water anaconda zigzags towards his prey.
I saw it. Don't you worry.
Old Duncan sets the soaked girl down before lifting a blowpipe and aiming at the snake. The dog strikes, quickly draining the anaconda of his strength, and sinks to the river bed like a coil of old
Hang in
rope.
there, Lopera. Come this way, we'll get you. Here, take it.
He grabs a nearby vine and throws it into the water. Lopera grabs it and pulls herself towards the shore.
Thank goodness you were here to grab me.
He clambers onto the shore, shakes the water off her hair, and sits leaning back on her hands, breathing heavily.
Well, what are you doing all the way out here?
I was wondering the same thing about you, girl. Seems like a strange place for a swim. I suppose you wouldn't know anything about the girl we just fished out over there.
He points to the little girl who rolled out of the fish's belly.
Sotheby!
She's still breathing. The air trapped in the fish belly must have saved her life. Lullaby crawls over to her companion and smacks her back, helping her spit out the water in her lungs.
Hey, can you hear me?
Easy now, Lopera. We just cut her out of that fish's belly.
Sutterby coughs out the water in her lungs as she regains consciousness.
You're a veritable Jonah, aren't you?
A familiar face appears in her blurred vision.
I dreamt of a very, very big fish. And I was in its belly. It was as wide as the sky. I couldn't breathe. A terribly strange dream, Mr. Carson.
She's awake!
Mr. Carson?
This is him. The man from the photograph is standing before her. She freezes.
How?
The water slowly clears from her vision. The face before her is both familiar and strange. She knows it, yet she doesn't.
There's a little dirt on me. Here, and on the collar too. Oh, goodness. Why am I here? What?
Mr. Carson kneels beside her, but he's wearing some odd clothes.
Could it really be you, Mr. Carson?
Carson? You must be mistaken, little lady. My name is Duncan. I'm a friend of Lopera.
That's right. Sotheby, this is Duncan from the Veterans Residence. We've known each other for a long time. You must be confusing him with someone else.
Now, up on your feet, little lady.
He takes her arm and pulls out her out of the mud.
Mr. Carson! Oh, sorry. It's just... I didn't expect you to suddenly pull my arm.
Pardon me, little lady. We tend to be very straightforward here in the favela.
It's quite alright. Only... No, I just don't understand. You look exactly like Mr. Carson. How could you be anyone else? Except for your attire. And those shoes.
Her butler will never dress like this, sackless with patched up clothing. She knows the liquid swirling in his cup.
And the liquor?
No, her butler will never drink in front of the lady of the house. Sutterby decides to take a bold guess. He jumps up and nervously grabs Mr. Duncan's shirt.
Oh, pardon me, little miss. Are you not comfortable with us drinking? Galeno, put the cup away for me, please.
No, I only meant... Mr. Carson, it truly seems as though you've forgotten everything. Oh, but I'm being terribly unladylike.
He rambles incoherently. This behavior is totally against the lady's code of conduct, yet Mr. Carson remains utterly unfazed.
Still, you don't seem to mind at all.
Growing increasingly confused, Sutterby lowers her head, still clutching the hem of Mr. Carson's shirt.
I must be a dead ringer for this guy to have gotten you all flustered, little miss. Seems like you cared very deeply for this, Mr. Carson.
Yes, I did. So then, you really aren't him.
Sorry to disappoint, little lady, but I'm flattered by the resemblance. Maybe I can be your friend too. In fact, feel free to call me Carson. Why not? A rose by any other name, eh?
The old man hooks his pinky in Sutterby and presses his thumb firmly against hers.
Mr. Carson.
I know how hard it can be. I lost my wife, and my comrade in arms. I even managed to lose his daughter, after I promised to take care of her. She'd have been just about your age. I'm rambling again. I suppose what I'm saying is, I know what it feels like to lose someone you love.
She looks lost, unsure what to think, and she holds onto the man's arms, seeming to make a small promise. Looking around, Sutterby realized someone important is missing.
Oh no. But what about Miss Burton? We've lost her. Where could she be now? We must find her.
Slow down. We need to think things through first. Those knuckleheads blew up the entire ship. Which means our comms belong to the Caymans now.
Everything is in disarray. There's no way to contact the kind peeper. They don't even know if she's alive.
Not to worry. I've been through worse. Back in '82 on the Rio Negro... Before I go rambling on again, let's head back to the city. Come on now. Trust good old Duncan. Sorry, I mean Carson. Trust Carson to lead the way.
Right, so... Wasn't there something to drag you for her? No. Oh, so it's recollection. So I guess you guys could do that at the very end of the event, I guess. Right, so 7, false accusation. Considering your past action, we hereby conclude and pronounce you guilty. Dun dun dun. man in black lifts a fallen statue.
I've never wanted to put San Paulo through this chaos.
He shields a faint flame in his hand, uniting the candle one by one.
Peace, unity. Those are my purposes. Much has been wagered here, Marcando. Much. Now it has been lost.
Your Reverence, it was Zeno. Those animals. We'll make them pay for what they did. Is that why you've decided to grace us with your presence, Your Reverence? There is a lot to do if we're going to recover the ground I've lost, Your Reverence. And there's something more. A new doctor down at the veterans' residence. Some blind woman. I would not bother you with it, Lord Santos. Except that she's been helping people in the favela, and it is swaying them towards Zeno.
Then this doctor is with Zeno.
She must be. She's always at the veterans' residence. Spends most of the day with those old war dogs.
His expression is tense as he mops the sweat from his forehead.
A doctor gaining the trust of the people in the favela. She'd make quite the prize, wouldn't you say, Marcando?
So he was a bad guy.
A much more valuable bargaining chip to Zeno than a few deserters.
Marcando understands perfectly. In San Paulo, kidnapping is as common as bread.
You will see this task through, Marcando. But before that, we need to pay a visit to the favela. I've brought us some new blood.
See? Just like this. Wrap the wire around it. Better do it twice. And align the red and black. Slowly.
He technically connects the copper wires and the current buzz to life.
Unbelievable!
It's science, kids. Nothing unbelievable about it.
All fixed, he hands the communicator back to Lepera.
I don't know how to thank you, Duncan.
He straightens the antenna, adjusts the channel, and hurry contacts the base to report the situation.
Admiral, Lopera just called in.
Put her through.
Lopera, it's me. What happened?
Our ship was sunk. Miss Sotheby and I washed ashore near the favelas. As for the timekeeper, she went overboard. We lost sight of her in the commotion. Her current status is unknown.
The Admiral remains expressionless. He raised a finger, signaling Mattel to inquire further.
We'll send people to find her and escort her to the veterans' residence.
Additionally, Lieutenant, I have some fresh recruits eager to enroll with Zeno. But they will need the Admiral's assurances that their families will be under our protection.
Mulder looks at the Admiral. He nods in agreement.
They have it. What's their ETA?
They'll leave at once.
Head up.
That little hothead.
Sir, your orders.
Leave the matter to me, Mulder. I will send someone to take care of this.
Mulder falls silent as she looks at her aging father, concern in her eyes. Silence spreads between father and daughter as the Admiral focuses on the dice in his hand.
What did the Admiral say?
He agreed.
Did you hear that? Xeno will protect us!
Good news indeed. The young man claps his hand in excitement. But just as he celebrated Shazarts, it is cut abruptly short.
I have no doubt. They were working for the Brotherhood.
The Apostles' Brotherhood. They bounced back quicker than I'd hoped. Still, we need to be cautious. Figure out just what they're after.
That guy looks familiar.
It's a stranger she met on the ship. He's walking along the Brotherhood.
That's him. He was on the ship with me.
He walks towards the crowd, passing out food and other useful items to those he passes.
The Brotherhood has experienced a setback, yes, as all great causes do. But we will rise again, for we serve the one true purpose. Hear me now, brothers and sisters, fellow Arcanists. Our days of anguish and deprivation are over. This sufferer will walk among us once more, and we will bask in their divine grace. The day of triumph draws near. Soon our wagers will pay off. All will reap what we have sown. You only need stand with us and take their blessings. In return for this, they ask only for your unwavering allegiance.
He pulls paper bills from his suitcase and throws them into the crowd. Yet the crowd remains still in their confusion.
My brothers and sisters, speak. What do you seek?
No one answers him.
Senor, please. We only want to see our family again. Since they've joined the Brotherhood, we've had no word. We haven't seen or heard from them at all.
Nothing is more important than family.
But you will see them again soon. I tell you that they are even now faithfully serving our kind in a new land of prosperity. They're in Ushuaia, in Antarctica, in all places where the past and the future converge. There will be no more poverty, no more hatred, no more chaos. We shall reclaim what's rightfully ours. Remember this. Humans are vile and sinful creatures.
Thanks for the hydrate.
They tortured our men and women, leaving our children to cry in hunger and desperation. But they've already played their hand. All their reason, their science, and their despicable organizations. They raised these rotten edifices to weaken us and leech off of our misfortunes, to blind us from our true purpose. But no longer. Soon their games will be over, and every injustice and oppression they've held over our people will be returned tenfold. All that they've built will crumble down over their heads.
The crowd whispers in a hushed tone, afraid to speak any louder. Hiding nearby, Duncan quietly leans over to Lepera and whispers a few words before handing her a rabbit patch.
Tell me, my fellow brothers and sisters, what is evil?
No one answers. The murmurs of the crowd quickly fades, creating a heady silence. A few crows fly low
Evil
overhead.
is the absence of good. And to find what is good,
is to follow our path. The High One has promised us strength and glory.
Two followers carries a box, emanating a sinister aura over to him. He opens it, revealing the blessing of the sufferer to all to see.
Come with me.
He throws open his arms as he calls out once more, taking a step back in humble reverence of the sufferer's glory.
It's a Manus mask.
In that nightmare back in 1929, disaster struck because the people who wore these masks, their memory is still vivid in Sotheby's memory and mind.
Sorrow will weaken you, and fear may seize your hearts. Instead, let faith be your guide. Those who take that leap shall find themselves lifted up on the Apostles' wings, while those who hesitate will be scorched by the fires at their feet. I have said all that must be said. We'll meet again here in 3 days' time.
He leaves them with a gracious and generous deadline.
Don't listen to him. He's a lunatic.
The little lady bravely steps forward, fearing warning the crowd.
And just who are you?
Marcando.
Santos quickly stops his subordinate.
As students of the truth, we have been granted a much stronger weapon than violence.
Lopera, follow my lead.
He stands beside Sotheby, taking her hand in his.
Sir, please forgive her. She has mistaken you for those pirates on the Tiete River.
So just a misunderstanding then? I'm no lunatic after all?
Yes, Your Reverence. She came across a terrible raid on her way here, you see. The poor girl was left terrified.
Well, I'll need more than a few words to convince my friends we have not been insulted.
Loyalty without tribute cannot be trusted.
I'm an old man with nothing to give you but the truth. Believe me, sir, I came all this way just for you. I want to join the Brotherhood.
His words surprise everyone. Those who know Duncan are shocked, and those who don't are confused.
She didn't mean to offend any of the gentlemen here. Please, sir, she's only a kid.
Of course. I try never to take offense at a sweet young lady. However, if I'm to believe you, I will need you to up your ante to prove you are worthy, sir.
The old man kneels, just as he did when he played the role of Carson for Sotheby.
If that's what you need, Lord, allow me to sweeten the deal. See that guy over there? His name is Galeno. He's been recruiting for Zeno. He told me so himself.
He turns and points to Gillo in the crowd.
Duncan?
Bring the young man closer, Marcando.
Are you out of your mind? Don't touch me!
He tries to flee, but the thugs rush at him on command. What's their plan?
Let's kill time together.
I should leave this as a BRB screen with the music.
Sterilized.
It's newly made this year.
Loading.
Get out of here.
Gotcha.
target. Shell damage.
Wear gloves.
Another jar? It's newly made this year.
Get out of here.
Enjoy! There they are.
Charging.
Another jar?
The light that illuminates all.
You don't want to miss it.
Shell damage.
Got you. Coming.
Sterilize.
Loading.
I'll fill the cup for you.
And now to return to my long-term mission.
In the kiosk at the battle, a pair grabs Sutterby, and they hop onto a small wooden boat.
Let's go.
Surrounded, Galinto finally stops his struggle when a knife is pressed to his throat.
I admire your courage. But bravery alone won't protect you from harm. Tell me, son, is what he said the truth of it?
He turns his head, refusing to respond.
Now, you'll give me the names of Zeno's new recruits. Who are they?
A drop of blood falls from Galindo's neck as the cold blade of the knife presses into his skin.
Everyone! Every man and woman in this city that still has a shred of integrity!
Duncan punches Galileo squarely in the face, sending him reeling.
I'm not gonna harm you, kid. And if ever I do, remember that old Duncan must have his reasons, and he'd never harm a friend intentionally.
Galindo looks at him. He has the same old look on his face, determined, brave, and resolute.
This young man has one day to think it through. He will give us his names.
He sheaths his knife and hands Galileo over to his new companion.
Or he will give us his eyes and tongue as offerings. Mr. Duncan, let this task be set on you. Prove yourself worthy of our trust.
It will be my honor, your reverence.
Marcando, you'll stay with them. Don't forget what I told you earlier.
To be continued.
This place was once known for its inexhaustible mines, the riches of its rainforests, and its brave and passionate people. But now, the first two are gone. Chaos and power struggles loom over the younger generation, while the rich and well-connected sit atop their piles of corpses and rubble and feast, dining off golden plates with silver spoons, turning their noses up from the dogs at their feet. But that gold has lost its shine, and their silver spoons have tarnished. Everyone can see them for what they really are. So, what now? Either the people save themselves, or turn their fate over to the hands of the so-called savior. What would you do if it were you?
So why can't the savior save me?
Who's asking the questions here? Me or you? I'll clue you in a little about this savior. I once met a kid from Buenos Aires who told me about the hand of God that gave them the World Cup. He saw it as proof there was a higher power, something men should follow and seek protection from. Maybe he had a point, I don't know. Maybe there's truly something greater out there, or maybe it's just what we mortals need to believe. These men from the Apostles' Brotherhood used to be regular churchgoers just like anybody else. But faced with an opportunity to rise above their own cruel realities, they all too readily turned away. They left all their altars and took communion with a new god. Will this new path save them? Is it worth all their efforts? I can't say. But you wanted to know if this savior can save its own. Well, I guess you've got your answer now. No need to start panicking just yet. Things are still under control. Your lady friend has stepped up to solve this mess, and the veteran knows what he's doing. This city is unlike any you've seen before. You must learn its secrets to survive. Remember which street kids are from which alley, and what intel they can be relied on for. Learn the dates when the dealers bring their medicine into port, and figure out which water tanks hide the key to the local gang's safe house. Don't look at me for answers. It's none of my business.
Alright. 8. On the margin of life and death. In the midst of such prolonged suffering, happiness feels as far away as the sun in the sky.
In the narrow streets, violence is so often more than just a means to ending conflicts. It is a tool, and one all too readily used. I must note, however, with some relief that the segregation so commonly observed in other regions is absent here. The Arcanists of Sao Paulo live alongside humans, with the latter often displaying traits more common to their Arcanist neighbors. Passionate, if a bit touchy. Life here is incomparable to the comfort, security, and freedom of New England. Hardship, violence, and oppression are the fundamentals of life. as constant as the sun, and as heavy as the rain. This country is renowned for its coffee and sugar. It is a land of beauty and bounty. Treasures too often extorted, whether by the princes of Europe and their donatarios, or now by the bankers and corporations. Despite all the centuries of treasures extracted from the land, desperation remains everywhere you look. It is a place where insurmountable wealth and the deepest deprivations are neighbors. Sometimes they lie only a street across from one another. The multinationals have cut open the country's throat, and now they drink it dry, leaving the people struggling with poverty and chaos. It is a bleak existence. Dear readers, I share this with you so the story of these people might be heard.
The doctor sits by the riverside. A small group of children gather around her. They watch in awe as her typewriter hammer that learns into the page.
Shippy, do you know, has life always been like this here?
If you ask me, Doc, San Paulo in 1990 isn't much different from Nassau 1681.
It's a shame. Between the sunshine and warm sands, there is a good life to be lived here, if only they were free enough to live it.
The summer is long, just like the suffering of these people.
I used to dream of traveling to all sorts of fascinating places. A foggy city by the Thames, and a little town blanketed in snow and sunflowers. I met so many different people, though I find I can no longer recall their voices. I have only their words left, only my records of them.
Have you heard of a weed down at the bottom of Lake Ilopango? The people there turn it into a polenta with cornmeal. Supposedly, if you have it, you'd recall every last thing that's ever happened to you. Every bit of it.
Wow! What's the weed called?
The children turn to the ship in the bottle, their eyes filled with curiosity.
They call it La Hierba del Tonto, Spanish for the fool's weed. You see, lad, only a fool would want to remember everything. Sometimes a little forgetfulness is a blessing in disguise.
I beg to differ, Shippy. To forget the past, its lessons in pain and joy alike, that isn't a blessing. It's oblivion. But let's not argue over some mythical weed. For all the claims, no one has ever seen it. Just another myth, like the succubus or the minotaur.
Aye, aye, let's talk about succubi instead. That's sure to get the lads pricking up their ears.
As they mention this, a little ship goes off
Back
again.
in 88, I mean 1688 of course, our chief mate Mr. Morgan had an encounter with a succubus after he found her seal while carousing in Portobello. If the rumors tell true, once he got a hold of it, she grabbed a hold on him too. I couldn't say what transpired, but we never saw hide nor hair of him again.
No one can debunk her stories, but no one really believed them either. The children's curiosity fades, and their eyes started to wander. One of them spots two big fishes floating in the river.
There! Something's in the water!
Two figures float amongst the trash in the river, spluttering and choking. One is clinging to the other as they struggle to swim to shore.
What the devil is all that commotion?
Millie, I thought you were cleaning the pool.
Hey, wake up! Hey, stay with me! Can you hear me? Hello?
Kimberly passed her fallen companion's face. No response.
She's still breathing. Why won't she wake up?
Whew. What happened to the lass?
The little ship makes its way over, followed closely by the children and the doctor. Seeing the group of strangers approaching, Kimberly tenses up.
Miss, are you all right? Is there anything we can do?
Yes, I'm fine. The ship went down.
Blow me down. These waters are getting rougher by the day.
The little ship sways back and forth in its bottle, showing off its excellent condition.
And we drifted down the river until we reached the shore here.
Long way to go, only to end up in Fadela.
I know she's traveling with her friends, but I don't know where they could be now. Everything happened so fast.
Shippy, what's going on? Are there people that need care? What's their condition?
Just one, alas. She's still breathing, but she looks like she's been keelholed for a bit too long.
Miss, please lay her down on her side.
Kimberly does as she is told.
What are you going to do to her?
The doctor kneels down, carefully tearing the girl's mouth from any residue before starting chest compressions.
Save her, if I can.
One push, another. It's a professional instinct, the duty of a doctor. An unexplainable impulse drives her to revive the drowning girl. The girl calls up some water. The doctor continues.
Good, good. She'll make it. Please, make sure her airway's clear.
She calls up more water, but she still lies there, unable to move.
Are you sure about that, Doc? The lass looks paler than a ghost. I think she's burning up.
The doctor touches her forehead. It's burning hot.
You're right. We'll need to take her back with us. I'll fix some medicine for her. Would you give me a hand, miss? Help her up on my back.
Kimberly obliquely helps the blind doctor lift the furious girl onto her back.
Oh. She's almost as light as a child.
The children runs ahead, pulling aside the hanging clothes from them to pass.
I need to run some tests and see if it's just an ordinary fever, or if she has contracted something from the water. Don't worry. You're safe with us.
Where are we going? Wait up!
Home.
Kimberly catches up to the doctor, only now realizing how far they walked. She steps into the doctor's home. Path of the past. Memories from her past rushes through her mind, but she hasn't been able to process them yet. He used to comfort those children like elders with a siren song that made them forget their pain and aged bodies. A conversation filled with one-sided questions doesn't necessarily have to feel like an interrogation. Encrypted record number 5225. Miss Barbara, thank you for agreeing to this conversation. Please relax. This is the Foundation's way of recording Utah's interview. We can proceed at your leisure. Yes, it's rare to be the one asking the question and hosting the editor of Utah. You make the most of the opportunity regarding your methods of avoiding the storm. I'm sorry, but you probably know you cannot hear the wind, so you can't hear the secret of the storm. There's nothing I can do about that. Utah shows no interest in cooperating on the storm issues. I'll note it down like this for the record. That doesn't sound like an integral record, but maybe that's how it proceeds by you. Let's move to the next question. From what we understand, Utah has a unique communication device. Can it help you locate each other? Does it work for ordinary contributors? Only Utah members can hear the wind, but I can ask about the source location of the contributor package for you. Miss Barbara, sorry, the wind just told me something unrelated. I need to head to Texas now. But our conversation isn't over. I apologize, but I must go to Highway 77 immediately. Please allow me to end the call. The other party then hung up. Matilda has been appointed as a special investigator to continue our interview on Highway 77. The task has been transferred to the timekeeper. The timekeeper has returned with information indicating the might be at Solo Pablo veteran residence in Brazil. Aged like fine wine. Live long enough and you'll see everything. A fan whirls loudly, yet the room is just as hot as the outside. The doctor gently lays the unconscious girl down, resting her head on her lap. She lightly strokes her flushed
So you
fleece.
weren't even traveling together, and still you brought her all the way here. You have a good heart, Miss Kimberly.
You flatter me, Doctor. It was only that the current pushed her to my side when we all fell into the water. And I just couldn't forgive myself if I were to let her drown.
A accident or perhaps fate.
In fact, she and I had met briefly before, in Texas. We didn't part on the best terms.
Sometimes we find ourselves in quarrels, even among friends.
No, we aren't.
Shh. We should let her get some rest.
Kimberly falls silent. She squats down, watching her the way a cat peers out of the Sleeping Beauty. May I touch her?
May I touch her?
Fever is one of the biggest dangers here, though it's still better than diarrhea and vomiting. I'll take her to the veteran's residence for further treatment once her condition stabilizes.
It almost looks like she's only sleeping.
Are you two really not friends? Seems to me you care for her very much.
She helped me. She was kind to me on the ship. That bloody ship. I don't know what happened.
Shh. Hush, please.
The doctor presses a finger against her lips, a gentle smile on her face.
My apologies.
She has the face of a guilty child.
As I said, it was only twice that we'd met. And somehow, both times turned out quite terrible for me.
The doctor strokes the furious patient's hair. It's beautiful, almost the same color as hers.
Her hair is so silky. It's smooth and soft, like fine rain in my hands.
The doctor gently combs the hair with her fingers, slowly untangling the matted strands.
First it was Tuesday's motel. Things there turned into a right mess, and I didn't find what I'd lost. Then, in that manner, just as I was about to enjoy a bit of dinner, that wild girl burst in. They caught me, threw me into a tower, and locked me up. I was stuck there, waiting like a lamb to be slaughtered.
But you've made it through. You're safe with us. No one is going to hurt you here.
Thank you, Doctor.
Kimberly gently takes the furious girl's hand into her own. It's limp and slightly rough to the touch. The blurred memory of her sister comes to mind, as well as the wrinkled, warm face of her old friends cheering her on.
Goodbye.
Satisfied that she has paid her back with her kindness on the ship, Kimberly leaves through the back door. The little ship in the bottle is waiting for her on the other side.
Leaving your friends so soon, lass? Well, come as you are. I'll give you a lift. Perhaps we might have a bit of an old jaw along the way. After all, it's rare indeed to see one of your kind out and about these days.
A lift? Pardon me, madam, but I'm not sure you could bring me anywhere. You're a little too small and a little too stuck in that bottle.
A galleon, born from the 16th century dream of exploration, she awakens in slumber once again until now, a time when she has no more uncharted lands to uncover.
Climb aboard, matey. So where's our heading? Or shall we go for a ride on the river? Don't be shy, I aim to make a friend of you.
Kimberly looks hesitant.
Don't be shy. I let the little ones play on my deck all the time, climbing here and there, like a bunch of cheerful little monkeys. And not just them. I ferry the good doctor from here to the veterans' residence, too.
Wait, what? She could actually turn to a big ship?
You'll have to wait till we reach the sea to see me at my full size. Once the water opens up, that's when I'm really free.
The sailboat slowly drifts away from the doctor's hut.
Now, I ask again. Where are we going, mate? Can't just let the wind decide our course.
Why not? I should like to go somewhere nobody will ever find me.
Confusion, chaos, escape. Perhaps tomorrow will just be like all those
I'm
yesterdays.
afraid there's precious few places like that anymore, lass. I've spied the globes they've got nowadays. Seems like every last step has covered the four corners and back. But aren't you a strange sight, lass? You know, I've seen your kind before. Beautiful to look at, aye. But there's a darkness in you that lies beneath the surface, isn't there? But you're not like the rest of them, you'd say. Well, I would sooner believe in a map to El Dorado before I'd swallow the idea of a succubus with a heart of gold. So, was that girl your master? Did she have your seal? If that were true, then heart of gold or coal wouldn't matter for none. You'd be as thick as old tar.
She's been found out. She's a member of the ancient race once wanted, even hunted, and now forgotten by the world. A few seagulls land on the boat's edge, joining them on their journey.
What? Are you wondering what gave you away? Your gloves don't do much to hide those claws. I could feel them pressing on my railings as soon as you hopped on.
Kimberly immediately hides her hands behind her back. Her reaction betrays her.
No use hiding them now, matey.
Her heartly laugh sends ripples through the water.
You!
Kimberly scratches the mast with her claws, but this is a small protest that's nothing to sway the ship.
Are you going to turn me in?
She looks around. The place looks safe enough. Just one leap, and she'll be back on solid ground.
Turn you in? And how do you suppose I do that? I'm only a ruddy ship. Bring me back up on land and I'll be stuck right back in the bottle. No, lass. I've sailed with rougher folks than you. My old captain had a bounty on her head, too.
She's a fugitive, hiding like a frightened bird. Thunder rumbles in the distance, scattering the birds perched on the roof on either side of the river. It makes her quiver, but for the boat, it brings back fond memory of sailing the rough, roaring restaurant with her captain. Rain starts to pour. The wind picks up, filling the ship's sail and racing her down the river.
Just so you know, I very much doubt they'll pay you anything for handing me over.
Maybe so, maybe so. Now, you've got the law in your tailwind. What happened? Did you spring loose from the old gibbet? Mark me now, young lass. If you're going to try to pull one over on me, you'll have to do a lot better job than that.
The same old trick.
Are you mocking me? This is not how one ought to treat a new friend.
Quite right, lass. So then, who are your pursuers? And your master? Shouldn't you be under his protection? My old crew would say any captain that can't keep a ship safe is only good for bait.
I have no idea where he is, or where my seal is for that matter. He was a no-good fool, though. Or only good for bait, perhaps. I hope he's dead, rotting in some sewer back in San Francisco.
The rain stops, brief and intense, just like her escape.
Aye, well, mortal flesh doesn't last long. I've ferried many a passenger in my days, and none yet have escaped when Davy Jones came calling their name. As I recall, the first that went was William Halfleg. He lost the other half in a fight at the port of Southampton, hanged on the governor's orders. And Edward the Red Hand, a nasty piece of work from the Low Countries, loved a bit of throat cutting, until he got his own throat slit by some fool in a ramshackle pub on Tortuga.
She finally remembers every bit of her crew, though they all died hundreds of years ago. It still feels like yesterday to her.
Sounds as though they got what they deserved.
That they did.
Thanks for the
lass.
hydrate.
They all got what they deserved. Some hanged, some drowned, some we marooned on a desert isle with naught but a pistol and a flagon of rum. I've been to Plymouth, Nassau, Port Royal. I once even slipped into Seville disguised as a merchantman to smuggle pepper and cinnamon. Wherever the captain wanted to go, we sailed.
An exciting, dangerous life, yet ordinary in its own way. The countless cannonball scars in her hold, let alone tells the story.
But one by one, Davy took them all. Now here I am, a ship without a captain, my own master. I suppose that's a lot to take in. You ever thought about living a different life? To set sail for some far corner of the sea? Living on spiced rum and jerky thick as a buccaneer's hide? How's that sound, lass? Not that I'm saying we set sail today. It's only a bit of old fancy.
I really can't say, Chibi. I suppose I can't. Not yet, at least. There is something important I need to retrieve.
That's Captain Whiterum to you. The ship of a captain and captain of the ship.
I prefer... Wait.
Is he getting seasick? As the ship docks, she leaps back ashore, dumping over in the alleyway, and reach.
Seasick? I hadn't thought your kind capable of it.
Ugh. I didn't expect this either.
A can rolls over, gently hitting her foot. Annoyed, she kicks it away. Not far away, a few boys have been practicing their soccer skills with it. One manages to push the can back towards Kimberly.
What now?
This time, she picks up the can and angrily throws it at the boy's head.
Caramba! I like this girl, she's feisty.
She straightens himself up as he slowly makes his way towards her, a cocky grin on his face.
What with the Brotherhood, Gorota? You apologize, now we might just let you go. Don't you know that Lord Santos is back? We can make this rougher for you if you like.
Careful, me lads. I wouldn't pull those knives. Things may go rougher than you'd bargained for.
Can I start running?
Hey you jerks, why don't you show us what you're really made of? Let's see. Mom can throw plates better than you can throw the garbage. Was that the best you got? These silver little buggers are gonna be hard to catch. No, I'll catch one of them one way or another.
Sterilize. Wear gloves.
Another jar?
Oh, hi. Oh, hi.
Enjoy!
Loading.
It's newly made. Another jar?
Eliminate target.
Got you. Let's get it over quick.
Thunder.
It's wrong.
Attack.
Sterilize.
Charging.
It's newly made this year.
Get out of here.
Aim and shoot.
Enjoy! There they are. Coming!
Loading. return to my long-term mission. Rest.
The boys are no match for her.
Not so tough now, are you boys? Try this again, and I'll make a mince out of what's left of you.
She angrily kicks the can into the river.
I know your fathers, me boys, and I think they wouldn't be none too happy to hear you claiming to be with the Brotherhood.
Let go. We're wasting our time here.
The boys scurry off, muttering under their breaths.
Bilge rats, the lot of them. Not even fit for the apostles. Brotherhood always lets their knives do the talking. If there'd been any doubt of what you are, lass, that fight sure cleared it up.
Up, thanks for the stretch. Thanks for the posture check. Let's see. Roll bandages. Let's see. So we got to add starting in a minute and 30 seconds. So let's see. We'll read the clipping. The untold story of an invisible college, Boyle Impossible Flask. Perhaps you're familiar with the Royal Society. Maybe you're even able to name every president. But do you know its predecessor? The Mystery Scholar Assemble, known as the Invisible College. Today, we will introduce the central figure of the Invisible College, Robert Boyle, the famous alchemist, natural philosopher, and founder of modern chemistry, along with his mysterious story. When discussing Boyle, one must mention Boyle's law, which states that at a constant temperature, the pressure of the gas is inversely proportional to its volume. Boyle demonstrates this with a U-shaped tube filled with mercury. But before that, Boyle tried various devices and countless designs in his quest for a frictionless flask with a piston. He even employed arcane skills, casting an incantation of proportional scaling into the flask, and as a result, the flask could indeed compress and expand objects perfectly. However, arcane skills being what they are, the object's mass could be shrunk with its volume, and the process will cause notable temperature change. A very successful arcane skill, but a failed experimental at Persis. The flask was eventually donated to the Royal Society, but instead some ended up in private hands, so keep an eye on the ordinary flasks around you. One of them might be the highly convenient Impossible Flask. Alright, so before we start 10, we're going to take an ad break. Alright, so we're back. I think this might be our last one for tonight. 10. Boarding the white ship. Pursued yet elude. Seen yet unseen. Wait. Seen yet unseen.
Listen up. We're the Apostles' Brotherhood, not some worthless favela gang. So we start off nice and easy. And if the doc doesn't play along, well, then we make her play along. Claro?
The furious girl looks to be doing much better than before. Dr. Doris is crouched beside the bed, gently wiping her face. A few uninvited guests burst in.
Hola. How can I help you, gentlemen?
Hey, is she really blind?
I'm afraid yes. But please don't worry. I'm more than able to treat all my patients. Are you feeling unwell, sir?
Arcandle glances at the patient and the stretcher and signals to his men. His dogs quickly surround the patient.
Sir?
We heard that you're a good doctor. We got someone who needs your help. You're Dr. Doris from the Veterans Residence, right?
Yes. And may I know who you are? I won't turn away a patient, but I'll also need some assurance that you can be trusted, sir.
So, is she coming with us or not?
He cooks over the cabinet, causing the test tubes within to smash in a small explosion on the floor.
Did you hear that?
Sounds like some kind of explosion near the clinic. Should we go back?
It could be an accident, but she's got away with her equipment. Doubtful she's the cause of this. Steady on then. Let's hurry back and see for ourselves.
They trashed the
That's
place.
not how you treat a doctor, lads.
The dogs instantly draws their knives, a habit developed in their line of work.
What are you doing to her?
Lord Santos would like to have a word with the doctor. That's all.
You're not taking her anywhere. Don't you see she's taking care of this girl?
She bares her claws, digging her heels to the ground.
Yeah, I'm not asking for permission, sweetheart.
Ricardo snaps his fingers.
Grab the doctor. Ice the rest of them.
Program activated.
When precision and tension is played from the rightmost precision slot of the spell dock, the attack gains critical. Okay.
It's newly made this year. You don't want to miss it.
Eliminate target.
Toes. Got you.
Wear gloves.
Loading. Sterilize.
Oh, hi.
Barrage.
I'm losing my patient.
It's wrong.
Wear gloves.
Charging.
The maid's flicker.
I'm losing my patient.
The light that illuminates all.
There they are. I remember it's called...
Kimberly clasps the head of the dog in her claws, poised to crush it, but she hesitates, glancing back at the doctor.
Stop. Enough. I won't have you fighting in my clinic.
Kimberly releases her grip.
Doctor?
But they've got the girl, Doctor.
The furious girl's unconscious body has been thrown over the shoulder of one of the thugs.
This lady definitely isn't from the favela. So what's she doing here?
She's ill. She needs my help. That is all I ever ask.
Well, all we need is you, Doc. So how's about we make a deal? You come with us, we let the rest of your friends go. Understood?
So be it.
She doesn't hesitate to accept.
Please, Doctor, stand aside. I'll happily take care of these rats.
I have no doubt about that, miss. However, once violence starts and blood is spilled, there will be no end to it. For now, I would be happy to meet with the Senor Santos and seek out a peaceful resolution. I'll come with you.
See? We can all be friends.
The dogs push the fearless girl towards Kimberly.
Burton!
Kimberly catches her, holding her tightly in her arms.
If she doesn't wake up tonight, take her to the veterans' residence first thing in the morning.
All right, get the doctor straight to his reverence.
A long sleep with no dream. No worries, no trouble, no thought. Like being back in a warm, dark, damp room. She wakes to a familiar place. It's quiet and strange.
Have a good rest, did you, Sleeping Beauty?
Burton!
You've missed quite a bit. All terrible, I'm afraid.
A talking ship inside a bottle. Hey, Vitamin. You doing any streams today? This is the last part we're gonna do before we end. A tiny floating fortress on the water, and besides her, a worried Miss Kimberly.
Where am I?
You and this lass were drifting down the river after your ship went down. You'd have met Dr. Dorez had you woken up a little sooner.
Doctor?
Dr. Dorez.
Yes. She's a doctor from the veterans' residence. She saved you from the very claws of death. She...
Hopefully work was good for you. She can't walk. Her body's still too heavy.
Aye, you were burning up, lass. But the good doctor pulled you through. She was right there by your bedside the whole time. The good news is, we think she's still alive.
Still alive? What's the bad news then?
The bad news is she's been snatched up by the Apostles' Brotherhood.
What?
Rest now, lass. They aren't likely to hurt her for now. You'll need your strength for later. Some scallywag by the name of Santos wanted to have a word with her, so they said.
Everything has gone to hell when the ship sank.
But Lepera and Sotheby, where are they?
There's a shooting pain in her arm.
I remember we all fell into the water. I'm sorry, I didn't see them. I only... We washed ashore together.
I'm doing pretty well.
My map. Have you seen it? I have to get to the veterans' residence. They may very well be waiting for me there.
Come on your feet.
Well, I may be just the ship to get you there, ladies.
To be continued. Alright, let's collect everything and see if we can do any more wishes. You'll be picking up your own mess. We got 2 we could get. Do we even have enough? What do we need? Oh, okay, we do have enough with this. Alright, let's see. Do we get Duncan? We got him!
Hola, kid! It's me, Duncan, your old friend.
Duncan again? We got 2 Duncans!
It's me, Duncan, your old friend.
Alright, so we got the 5-star we wanted to get.